Hello students, you are welcome in Limits and Derivatives Part 2. This is 13th chapter of NCERT. We have started this topic in the last period. So let's have a quick revision what we have done in Part 1. So in this chapter we will study with the change in value of a function when x changes in its domain. To understand this, you consider a function fx is equal to x square minus 9 upon x minus 3. We know domain of this function is x not equal to 3 because at x is equal to 3 this function is not defined. So fx is defined for all, this is symbol for all x belongs to R except at x is equal to 3, because at x is equal to 3 the function is having 0 upon 0, which is undetermined form or indeterminate form. So that's why this function is, or we can say this is not defined. Now when x is not equal to 3, then fx is this x square minus 9 upon x minus 3, and after simplification it is x plus 3. Now if you observe the change in value of fx when x changes, this is a table. Now at x is equal to 3 function is not defined. When x is approaching 3 from left, because all these values are on the left hand side of 3 on number line, we can say. So when x is approaching 3 from left, value is increasing just 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, then you can go on increasing and approach 3, 2.91, 2.99, 2.999 and so on. Similarly, when x is approaching 3 from right, the values are decreasing. So 3.1 I have taken, 3.01, 3.001. So it should approach 3, but it should not be equal to 3 because at x is equal to 3 the function is not defined. So observe change in fx. When x is approaching 3 from left, fx is approaching 6. At 2.99 the value of fx will be 5.99, that is closer to 6, so it means approaching 6. Similarly from right, when x is approaching 3, fx is approaching 6. So we are changing here, we are changing x and we are observing the values of fx. So change in fx when x changes. So now approaches, I've used this word approaches to, or it is also tends to. So this is the symbol for tends to, this arrow tends to. And when x is approaching 3 from left, it can be written as x tends to 3 minus. Minus symbol stands for that x is the values of 3 are slightly less than 3. So it means we are approaching 3 from left. Then fx is approaching 6. Similarly, so in symbols we will write down limit x tends to 3 minus of fx is equal to 6. So limit word in questions will be written as lim, and in some books it is lt. We will use this symbol and we will pronounce it as limit x tends to 3 minus of fx is equal to 6. It means when x is approaching 3 from left, fx is approaching 6. So similarly, when x approaching 3 from right, so fx decreases and approaching to 6. So we can say in symbols limit x tends to 3 plus, then fx tends to 6, or we can write down limit x tends to 3 plus of fx is equal to 6. So this is called the right hand limit. Now you consider another example to understand the limit. This is part 2 now. Now consider another example to understand limit. Let fx is equal to x minus 2 mod upon x minus 2. Now fx is defined for all x except at x is equal to 2, because at x is equal to 2 fx is 0 upon 0, which is not defined, or it is undetermined or indeterminate form. Now to observe the value of fx when x come close to 2, so you prepare a table. At x equal to 2, the function is not defined. When x is approaching 2 from left, on the left hand side on number line, so fx is -1. When x is approaching 2 from right, fx is +1. So in symbols we will write down, when x approaches 2 from left, then fx is -1, so we will write down limit x tends to 2 minus of fx is equal to -1. And when x approaches 2 from right, fx is +1. In symbols, limit x tends to 2 plus of fx is 1. So this is way of writing the limit. Now similarly, if it is written limit x tends to 5 of fx is 6, so it means when x approaches 5, then fx is approaching 6. Now you consider a limit of function at x is equal to a. Limit x tends to a minus of fx, it means when x is approaching a from left. These values are on the left hand side of a, so that's why this is called left hand limit. This is called left hand limit. So we can write down here, this is left hand limit. Similarly, when x tends to a plus, this is right hand limit. So x tends to a minus of fx, when it is equal to limit x tends to a plus of fx, we can say that left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. Then we can say that the function that of fx at a limit exists, or limit x tends to a of fx exists. When left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit, then we can say that limit x tends to a of fx does not exist. So now algebra of limits. If fx and gx are two functions, limit x tends to a of fx plus gx, that may be written as limit x tends to a of fx plus limit x tends to a of gx. We can write their limits separately with plus sign, even with minus sign. Limit x tends to a of fx minus gx can be written as limit x tends to a of fx minus limit x tends to a of gx. Similarly, for multiplication, limit x tends to a of fx into gx, limit x tends to a of fx into limit x tends to a of gx. And last one, limit x tends to a of fx upon gx is equal to limit x tends to a of fx upon limit x tends to a of gx. So we will apply these formulas before evaluating the limits. So that's all for today. You try to revise all concepts of the limits in the exercise in your NCERT before exercise, and this is your homework for today. So we will start with the questions tomorrow. That's all. Thank you.